Good morning, Team Achieve. Welcome to the weekly team call where I get on here, talk about some stuff. You guys take some notes down, and we all see crazy success off of it. So moving into recognition. Before I start, congratulations, guys, because this is the first time these last couple weeks I actually have a list of recognition. So it's freaking awesome. I love seeing the team growth. It's a whole new type of reward for me to see you guys succeed rather than just myself. You guys will go through the same process. Getting to Diamond, it's all about you. When you get to Diamond, you then have to turn your focus onto your own team and their growth and their success, and it brings you a whole new level of reward. So congratulations to everyone. So these are just a few names I found in the back office. So congratulations to Julio for signing up as a coach, and congratulations to Danny for bringing him on board. I brought on Zach and Sean as two of our new coaches, so congratulations to you guys for taking the step and starting your businesses. Phil, as of late last night, he messaged me. Phil has now hit Success Club 10, and not only that, I checked the back office this morning, and he's at exactly 1,000 personal volume customer sales for the month. So congratulations to Phil. Those two things are huge accomplishments. And Phil's a prime example of no matter what type of adversity you face, you just suck it up and find a way to make it work for you. And you just keep moving forward with it. Phil and I were just on a call last Thursday, and he was having a little bit of a struggle that day. And I told him, dude, you just stick with it, bust your ass, do what you need to do to make this happen. And a year from now, you're going to look back and you're going to be like, really? I struggled like that? And the fact that he messaged me today and I saw he hit Success Club 10, he did it. He pushed through that pain, that struggle. So you guys do the same thing. Danny is also at Success Club 2. We have Kaylee at 2 points. Dawn has 360 customer volume, and Jen has 180 customer volume. So congratulations to everybody. Like I said, these are just a few on the list. And now that we're getting more and more people getting those volume points, I'm going to start setting the standard where you have to have 100 volume points to be put on this list for recognition. So congratulations to you all. Team Cup Challenge, we are all officially registered by now. So we have 3 teams because we had 15 of us. And so instead of doing tons of separate groups, you know, I think Tom is a team captain, and then Manda is another team captain, and myself. So we have 3 teams within Team Allegiance and Team Achieve. You guys can have the choice to go off with your team captain in a separate group if you want to have a small group setting. Me personally, I don't want to deal with more groups than I already have open, so I'm just going to keep all of my stuff in Team Achieve so you guys can all see what we're doing. So with that, I'm going to be putting my own twist on the Coach Basics group. So you guys, most of you were added into the Coach Basics group that I tried to host this last month. I made it to like day 10, and the system I was using, I think it was just too much crammed into those 30 days. I mean, the posts were this long, and it was a lot of activity, and it was kind of hard even for me to keep up with. So I can't imagine what it was like for a new coach to go in there and go, whoa, holy crap. So I'm going to simplify the Coach Basics group and turn it into kind of our personal 30-day coach boot camp. I'll start one first. He gets excited. So I'm going to start the first of every month is going to be the new 30-day boot camp. So anytime you guys bring in new coaches, start them off with the Coach Training Academy and all that beginner stuff that you guys know you should be doing. But let them know there is a new coach boot camp coming on the first of the month. So that's going to be a great thing to plug them in with. So I'm going to actually do the Coach Basics. I'm going to go through today and tomorrow, and it's on my priority list to make this happen. But I'm going to go through the 60 days of all Coach Basics posts, and I'm going to simplify them and make my own videos with them. Because I want to be able to share my personal experience with stuff, and I want to be able to share my insight, kind of like what I do with these calls. Because, you know, it's one thing to read a Beachbody document about challenge groups, but it's another thing to hear from somebody who's been hosting challenge groups for over a year, who's seen the struggles, who's gotten the nose, who's been through it. So I want to be able to share that insight with our new coaches. Remember back to when you guys were a new coach and you got plugged into that back office. It's overwhelming, no doubt, especially for the new coaches we've had on these last couple weeks. It's overwhelming to start in that back office and just look at everything as a whole. So you have to take it step by step. So that's what this new coach basics and coach boot camp is going to be for. So today I don't have a huge agenda to talk about because it's all in the past like 20 team calls we've done. Today I want to talk about stepping up your game. Because this is something that even with myself, even as you climb the ranks into diamond and star diamond ranks and your income level goes up, you're still always going to have to go to that next level to push yourself. It's kind of like, you hear about the lion and the gazelle. And this was I believe Eric Thomas was the guy I saw the video on. So when you are a gazelle, you think about being out in the wild, you're always running from that lion. But guess what? When you get away from it, they stop. They graze. It's kind of like with business, and same thing with, you guys can connect with weight loss and fat loss and muscle building and all that stuff. It's one of those things where if you're striving for just one specific goal and you finally get there, it's natural to get there, celebrate, and just be like, okay, I can relax. Kind of like a gazelle running from that lion. Once he gets away, he has no reason to run anymore. Now you switch gears and think about that lion. They're always hungry, right? They're always on the prowl. They always have to feed their family. And the heart of a lion is like kind of getting to be my new thing I'm always saying now. You've got to have the heart of a damn lion, especially in business. Because if you go out and you try to chase that gazelle down and you miss, a prospect says no to you, you missed, it's natural to feel defeated and want to just stop. But no, you look at a lion, they keep going because they're always hungry. So stepping up your game is one of the biggest things that I'm personally doing this year. And as coaches on the team, I expect everyone to stick right on my level if you want to achieve that success. So two things that I'm going to start personally doing, and I would hope most of you would jump on board with me, is because this year it's about team. It's about growth in the team. Last year for me, I wanted Success Club every month. I wanted to get that habit of Success Club. I made it happen. So now I personally have that consistency with Success Club. So now I want to switch gears and focus on team growth. So that's what I'm here to help you guys with. So to help with that, every Sunday night or Monday morning, I want us all to post what our weekly goals are for that week. So every Monday, and you guys, I see Paul, you guys write this down. Every single Monday morning, I take Sundays off, so I'm not on Facebook. I don't answer calls or texts or anything like that. But I would hope that Monday morning when I wake up, I see a list of everyone's goals for that week, whether it be sell one challenge pack, start a challenge group with 5 people, start a free 10-day eating challenge, Whole Foods clean eating challenge. Whatever your goals are for the week, make 5 YouTube videos, do a blog post, inspire 2 people. Like, you can make it whatever you want to be, but Monday morning, post what your weekly goals are. And then number 2 is going to be daily to-do list. You guys have heard me repeat it over and over and over, and I'm sure I sound like a broken record by now, but working from a list is the key to building a network marketing business. If you are not building from a list, you're eventually going to kind of dry out, and you're going to hit the point where, like, well, I don't have any new people. You constantly have to be adding new people and working from a list. And a to-do list every single day is a key one. Let's see if I have one of mine. So I have one of my to-do lists here. See, it's all scratched up and craziness. Yep, here's another one. I have Post-it notes all over my desk of to-do lists. And I don't make these, I don't sit down every single morning and just write out my to-do list. throughout the week, when I get inspired to do something, I write it down. And then as that list builds, I kind of split it up day by day. Most of my business building happens Wednesdays and Thursdays. It's funny because I get a lot of people, they think I put 40 hours a week into Beachbody, and I do not at all. Monday, Tuesday, Fridays, I do massage therapy, and I spend maybe an hour in the morning and an hour at night on those days. But I'm working from my list, so I make sure that those times I put into the business, they're very, very productive, not just busy. So I'm constantly throughout the week, when I get inspired by a call or a webinar, or I just get an idea for something, I write it down before it leaves me, because you have to strike when the iron is hot. When you get inspired, that's when you should take action. Especially those of you who are into YouTube videos like myself. I've been starting to do more videos lately, and those videos come in moments of inspiration. If I get inspired and think, oh, this would make a really good video, and I tell myself, okay, I'll just do it later. If I don't do it right then and there, that video won't happen. I probably have a list of 100 videos that I never made because I let the inspiration leave. So strike when the iron is hot. So write down your ideas throughout the day. So like, for example, yesterday I went through and I wrote down, I need to organize my, actually I wrote this down last week. So I need to do this today. My YouTube videos, I want to organize into playlists. So like nutrition, fitness, workouts, motivation, split them up. So somebody that goes on my channel doesn't see 200 videos, they see different categories. So that's a really good idea for those of you YouTubers. Team Cup registration, we already got done. Actually, just mark that off now. February Coach Basics group is something I'm going to start busting my ass on today and tomorrow. I'm going to start doing some videos and get that all set up for you guys. So I'm going to put a post in the group after this call. So for those of you that want to be participating in that, feel free to go ahead and comment on that post. You guys on the call right now, you've all been through the basics of what being a coach is about. You all know the systems and all that stuff. But if you kind of want to see what I'm doing with it, feel free to comment on that. So aside from that, another good idea that Sherry had in Team Allegiance was to create a Google document that's an application for any of your challenge groups. So 21 Day Fix was the one that she posted. You can do this for anything. You can create one, and she posted the document, Team Allegiance. I'll go ahead and find that today and post it inside Team Achieve. So you can create a document that's an application for anything. 21 Day Fix, a 10-day Whole Foods challenge, whatever you want it to be, you can make an application for it. So when people say, hey, I'm interested, you just send them this link and say, okay, I'll have you fill out this application. So right away, you already get all their information, you know their story, you know their why. It kind of saves you a little bit of time. Okay, that's on a different list. So, work from a list. Why did I say that? Because I want public accountability. So I want everyone to start sharing what they are doing every single day inside the group. And like I said, this is all optional. This is what I'm personally going to start doing because, I want you guys to see I don't do anything extravagant. I do try to set myself apart. I'll say that. You don't want to be the average coach. If you want to be the average coach who just does the bare minimum on everything, that's totally fine. Your goals are not necessarily going to be mine and vice versa. Everyone's goals are different, but if you're like me, I want to be the absolute best coach I can be. So I am constantly trying to better myself in my challenge groups with Team Achieve. I'm trying to constantly step up my game and step up my game. So one way I'm going to start doing that is public accountability. I'm going to start sharing my weekly goal list every single Monday morning. And I'm going to start posting what I'm doing in my business every day. So every morning or every night, depending on what I did that day, I'm going to post exactly what my list was. Whether I take a picture of my notepad and post it in there or make an actual list. So I would hope if you guys want public accountability, you would join me in that. And I say that because public accountability, it puts pressure on you. We've all been in the mode where we keep our goals to ourselves. We tell ourselves that we're going to do something, and guess what? Chances are it never happened. Think the last, you guys, most of you have been signed up for a while. Think about the last year of your business. No phone calls. So think about the last year of your business and think about all those great ideas you may have had, all those great goals that you may have set. Maybe a year ago you said, oh, I'm going to hit diamond this year. I'm going to hit diamond this year. I'm going to make $1,000 in a month. I'm going to make $100 in a week. Whatever your goal was, all those big extravagant things, if you kept them to yourself, did you achieve them? You know, answer that to yourself right now. I know for myself, I set goals that I did not share with anyone. I wrote down lists of like YouTube videos or blog posts that I never did. And I really feel it's because I had no pressure to do them. It was a great idea, and laziness and procrastination kicked in. You know, I share that because I'm human like everyone else. I'm naturally a lazy person who likes to procrastinate. I think most of us can agree with that in your own lives. We're human. That's what we naturally default to. So you have to step up your game, be different, and do a little bit extra. So one of those things is public accountability. So with that, the business stuff, obviously post and team achieve, you know, share your goals, share your whiteboard, share your to-do list, share everything with your teammates because we keep each other accountable. You guys feel free to reach out to each other and get a success partner that you can text with every single day. You guys all have my cell phone number. If you don't know where it's at, Team Achieve, look on the right side and click on, I think it's view more or read more underneath the description, and all my information, including my cell number, is at the bottom. Feel free to text me any day with any questions or if you need to set up a call. So that's for business stuff. One other thing that I personally do is I constantly share my own journey on my Facebook for public accountability. Not necessarily for business building. It does lead to business. But I do it mostly just for my own accountability. So 2014 it came around and I shared all my goals on Facebook. I took a picture of my whiteboard back there and posted it. And the feedback was great. Everyone is supporting me, saying you can do it. And I tell people, keep me accountable, because whatever's on that list back there, when December 31st rolls around this year, I'm going to look back and see every single one of them crossed off. But I can't do it by myself. I have to have pressure and accountability to do it. So if you have a weight goal, if you want to lose 20 or 30 pounds, post it on your Facebook. Let everyone know that you are human. You're not just a super coach. So you have to post something like, hey guys, I just wanted to take a quick second and share with you all that I have set a personal goal and I want all of your support and I need your extra accountability to help me achieve this. I want to lose 20 pounds. I'm going to use this program in Shakeology or whatever it is. Make stuff public. Let people know you're human, because that is where the connection happens. Success is never going to be a reflection of your accomplishments. Success is going to be found within your struggles and what you overcame. So that's where your story is built, guys. And that leads me into my next little thing, developing your why, developing your story. Think about a time that you reached rock bottom. This doesn't have to be with just Beachbody either. Think about a time in your life with your weight or just where you were in life. Think about a time that you hit rock bottom and said, I am so freaking sick of this. I cannot do this anymore. And you made a change. That is where your story is, guys. You have to share those struggles. Anytime somebody asks me to share my story, I don't necessarily, I'll share that I hit Success Club all these months and blah, blah, blah. But my biggest part of my story was sitting on the beach, bawling my eyes out at the 2012 Success Club trip, because I finally found my why. I finally found my passion. I finally decided I am worth and deserve to not slave for the man to make money I cannot spend on myself. I finally reached that point where I opened my eyes and saw what I needed to do with my life. those are the moments you need to share, because that is where people connect with you. People are not going to connect with you if you just say, oh yeah, I lost 50 pounds, which at my leanest, I personally lost 50 pounds. I don't share just that. I tell people how I felt when I looked in the mirror at 225 pounds and I was absolutely disgusted with myself. I tell people about my struggles growing up, about seeing my parents struggle with money. Alcoholic father, and going through all of that stuff. I share the struggles because through those struggles, that was my motivation to do better and be better. I grew up. I don't believe we ever really grow up, because you can always go to that next level. Everyone always hears me say age is just a number, because it truly is. So you guys have to learn to feel comfortable with sharing your why. Your why and your story, your struggles, it's going to bring tears to your eyes. If you guys were on the Team Fit Revolution call where I was invited to share my story about the Bahamas and drawing the line in the sand, I almost lost it on that call when I started sharing my story, because that was the first time I shared it in that much detail. That was the first time that I said out loud, I was ashamed at the fact that I could not bring my own wife on that trip because we couldn't afford it. That was the first time I said it out loud, and that was the moment where I just went, okay, I'm going to lose it. Your why has to bring freaking tears to your eyes, guys. You have to learn to develop your why. Don't focus on struggles when they happen, because you're going to find more struggle within that. You have to face the struggle, say, okay, here's the problem. Here's what I'm going to do to make it better, and move past it. And remember that feeling that you got. I know for some people on the call and for those watching the recording, if you were at Summit last year, remember that moment when the big grand prize winner was announced on stage for losing like 200 pounds. Remember, close your eyes for a second. Think back to that moment where you just had your jaw drop, your stomach came up to your chest, and you were just in total awe, because that is the moment you realize that is what Beachbody is about. That is what I'm here for as a coach. Don't lose that inspiration. When you don't feel motivated, you put yourself mentally back in that state of mind that you were in. You remember that motivation. You remember that inspiration. You remember why you should be here as a coach. These are all things that tie into developing your story. And that's something, I'm actually thinking about doing like a different part series about developing your story, because your story is your struggle. That's where the connection happens. That's where relationships build. That's where you share your struggles with people, and that's where they go, holy cow, I can connect with that. I like this guy. Never going to be just your accomplishments. That's just icing on the cake. That comes, you share that stuff after your deep why, your deep story. So that's my little tidbit on developing your why. A few random things that I jotted down, whether it be quotes I hear throughout the week or whatever. Number one that I heard these last couple weeks that's really stuck with me is, you cannot give what you do not have. If you're hosting challenge groups and you are complaining that your people are not posting and being motivating or motivated, look at your own story. Look at your own journey right now. Are you posting? Are you staying motivated? Are you eating shit foods? Your followers, your customers, your clients, your coaches, whatever you want to call them, your people will follow what you do, not just what you say. I've been hosting challenge groups for over a year now, every single month. I've hosted probably 14, 15 of them now. There were some months where I complained so much that my challengers were not posting like I wanted them to. And now that I look back, those were the months that I was not doing it myself. I was trying to motivate other people to eat the right foods and push in their workouts and sleep right and all this stuff. I wasn't doing it myself. So I look back and think, no wonder why they weren't motivating. And this goes for anything. If you want your coaches on your team to be motivated, to work the business, to stay consistent and follow through with what they say, look at yourself. Are you doing it? Because your people follow what you do, say. Moving kind of same topic. Don't be wishy-washy. This leads into consistency, which is a whole nother video. And if you guys have not, Todd Falcone was a guy who was a guest speaker on the last Team Fit Revolution call. And I posted the link inside the group, and I'll post it again just so you can rewatch it. I've never heard of this guy until this call, and he was absolutely awesome. And I think it's because he has the exact kind of training style I love and the exact type of speaking I want to do, because he talks about consistency. And people who are trying to be consistent, but they always turn out to just do 100% one week, and then they are MIA the next week. And it's back and forth, back and forth. I'm really motivated. I'm going to do this. I'm ready. It's my time. And 1 week later, unheard of. If you set a goal, if you are trying to stay consistent, you don't have to go 100% every single day. Use the 80-20 rule. 80%, do it. 20%, don't do it. Relax. So don't be that person that is 100% in or 0%. Find that healthy balance, percentage-wise or whatever, where you can do what you say you're going to do every single day. Next one is, and this is something Todd talked about in that call, when is enough enough? This goes right back to what I just talked about with what was a point where you reached an all-time low, and because of that all-time low, you were backed into a corner. You had no choice but to step up your game and to make some changes. If you have not done that, at some point, you have to reach the end of your rope. You have to, at some point, say, enough is enough. It's time to make changes. So if it's your business that needs improvement, follow everything I've told you guys the last 20-something odd calls. If it's not my training style you connect with necessarily, if what I do does not work for you, then you have to take the bull by the horns and you have to take charge of your own business and you have to do the research on what will work for you. Find top coaches on YouTube. Listen to other calls. Find a training style that you love and follow what that person does. So that's kind of the motivational stuff done. Last two things. One video idea I had because I saw another coach do this. I actually don't remember her name to give her credit. But so we always get, those who are Emerald and higher, we get free customers from Beachbody, right? Or if you just see a random person sign up in your back office as a free customer. Typically we send them like a text, if you try a phone call or you send an email and say, hey, I'm your coach. Why not put yourself on video with an official welcome to Team Beachbody, I'm your coach. That way they can see your personality. They can hear your voice. They can see your face. And share a little bit about your story. Share those struggles that you've been through so you can connect with them like I just talked about. But I thought that was a brilliant idea. Create a video and it's just one video, and it will do all the work for you from now until you create a new one. Just share that you are their coach. You have a free challenge group they can join, all that kind of stuff. That was a really, really good idea. I'm going to be busting that out. Personal development book club is something I've done in the past where we did it for 2 months. The first month was great. Second month started to fade off. And third, fourth, fifth, etc., non-existent. And that's a perfect example of the fact that I didn't do it all the way through. After month one. Month one, I was pretty consistent, but after month one, I personally was not consistent. So guess what? The whole group was not consistent. They follow what I did because I'm the one that created the group. So I'm going to start that back up. I still have the group open. I'm probably just going to kick all the old people out and just keep that same group. But personal development book club is, kind of like a regular book club. We all decide on one book we're going to read or all assign one. We have 30 days to read it, so you set how many pages per day you need to read, and then we can get on, whether it be like a weekly call, or we can just talk about it in the group, what we read that day and how it inspired us, what we took out of it. So I'm going to be starting that back up. So again, I'm going to be doing a big post after with all of this stuff. So if you guys want to join any of this stuff I talked about, just comment below that. And aside from that, I am done talking for today. How are you guys doing? Awesome. Now, one thing moving forward about this whole sharing your story deal, nothing comes the first time perfectly. Your first couple times doing anything you typically suck at. That's a given. So moving forward, I want you guys to be practicing sharing your story with your customers and your clients and etc. on this call. So every Wednesday from now on, I'm going to call one of you out to share your story. I haven't decided if I'm going to be mean and do it right on the spot on who's going to share it, or if we'll assign who does which week. So it's time to put your words into action. It's time to start practicing and not just listening to my calls, but actually preaching and practicing it yourself. So that's a little incentive for you guys to start practicing. So go look at yourself in the mirror. Look at and reflect back on your life. Think about those moments of the end of your rope. Think about those moments where you just said, I'm sick of this. I've had enough. Think about those moments. Reflect on them. Put yourself back in that emotional state, how you felt, and what you did to overcome it. Those are going to be your key talking points in your story that are going to drive your business to the next level and get more people. So aside from that, this has been Coach Chaz. I'm proud of you guys. This team is rocking it this year, and I am so excited to see what this year brings us. Questions? Everyone good to go?
Yep.
Awesome. You guys have a blessed day. I'm proud of you. It's been Chaz. Peace out.